back to Surviving Corporate America. My name is Tiffany, and for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips that will help you with editing your resume to get the job or the promotion. So by the end of this video, these 5 tips will help you with feeling more confident about the resume that you're submitting to get the job. So before I go into the 5 tips, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new videos that I release on this channel. So tip number 1, make sure that you list relevant information for the job. So the job will require a specific set of skills. So you want to make sure that on your resume that you're listing relevant information for that job. Tip number 2, highlight your accomplishments. Sometimes we get so busy with highlighting our day-to-day responsibilities that we forget to highlight some of the amazing things that we've accomplished. So make sure that you highlight your accomplishments. And my recommendation is 3 to 5. So if you are doing or use the if you are highlighting, say, 5 bullet points, because definitely don't highlight more than 5. I feel like for each job description, max it out at 5 bullet points as far as that you list. 3 out of the 5 should actually be accomplishments, and 2 should be maybe some of the responsibilities or things that you do day to day as kind of like a guideline as far as how many accomplishments you should list against how many responsibilities or bullet points that you should use for listing day-to-day responsibilities that you do in your role. And then tip number 3, I would say so we have tip number 1 is listing the relevant experience. Tip number 2, highlighting your accomplishments. Tip number 3 is making sure that you are using the job description as a guideline for any additional information you should have listed on your resume. And I would say I wouldn't list any more than 10 years of experience on your resume, unless the job requires for you to do that, because you can definitely have a section on your resume where you have like a section that says maybe additional experience and maybe list a couple of those other companies, but you don't have to. If you have over 20 years of experience, I don't feel like it's necessary to cram that into 2 pages, and that's a video for another day in regards to how much information you should have listed on your resume. You can definitely check out my blog as well. So I'll include that link below in the description. I write blogs about your resume and different things as it relates to jobs. So you can definitely check that out. So I'll make sure I include the link to my blog below, as well as a link to the blog that I wrote specifically about your resume. So I'll include that for you. And then tip number 4, spell check. That's the worst thing that you could forget to do. You've now spent all of this time editing your resume, making it look nice and pretty, and then you forget to spell check. So make sure you spell check. Maybe have a friend or someone else kind of glance over it and make sure you didn't miss anything. So make sure you do that. And then tip number 5, because different applicant tracking systems, which is just basically the platforms that companies use for advertising their jobs, different platforms have different settings. So if you apply with a Word document, depending on what type of Word document you're applying with, it's possible that the formatting can get mixed up or messed up when you are actually submitting your application on different applicant tracking systems. So my recommendation is to have a PDF file that you use, and you use that file to submit to jobs, but also have a Word document. So you can always go back to the Word document, add things, remove things, list things that are relevant for the job, list accomplishments that are relevant for the job. So you can have the Word document that you can quickly edit, but then you also have the PDF file that you can save once you have made all your edits, save it, and actually use that when you save it, and then actually use the PDF version as the one that you actually use to submit to job applications. So those are the 5 tips that I wanted to share with you. Hopefully they're helpful to you as far as with editing your resume for the job. If you have additional questions, guess what? I have available appointments for this week, so you can definitely book a free consult with me. We can definitely talk about it, and I can provide you with additional information. And guess what? Maybe you are busy on time and you don't have time to maybe have a conversation with me this week. Don't worry, my feelings won't be hurt. But make sure that you download my free resume checklist. So I have a free resume checklist. It's absolutely free. It has some additional tips on there. So you can definitely download my free resume checklist, and you can get some additional tips and tools that will help you with editing your resume as well. And so I hope these 5 tips will help you in regards to preparing your resume to submit it for that next job or that next promotion. I also have a blog. I'll include that below in the description. I have different information that I write about resumes, and I'll highlight the blog that I wrote about how many pages your resume should be, and just some of my thoughts about why you should only have a 2-page resume. So check that out for additional resources. And then I also have a free resume checklist. So you can download my free resume checklist today if you want to get some additional tips in regards to how to edit your resume for the job. And then for something else, I have a free app. I have an app that I created. It's called Get the Job app. It's another free resource for you. So you can download the app. It is on Google and iTunes, and you can make sure you can actually play in game mode or learn mode to learn different things that will help you with the entire interview process. So not just with your resume, but the entire interview process. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will see you next Sunday.